Big news out of the Pine Belt, where the mayor of Petal is facing criticism for a social media post. Mayor Hal Marks shared his thoughts on the viral video of a black man in Minneapolis who died after an arrest and what he said caused backlash in his community. 12 News' Jesse Finver spoke with Mayor Marks earlier today, who wanted to respond.
On Monday, a video out of Minneapolis went viral. It showed a Minneapolis police officer keeping his knee on the neck of an African-American man named George Floyd, who said he couldn't breathe repeatedly in the video. The video has been a lightning rod on social media, with folks outraged over the treatment and subsequent death of Floyd. On Tuesday, Petal Mayor Hal Marks shared his thoughts on the situation on his social media pages, saying in part, quote, "If you can say you can't breathe, you're breathing. Most likely that man died of an overdose or heart attack." Today I spoke with Marks, who defended his comments.
Well, I didn't think it was that controversial what I said. I have the right to have an opinion just as everyone else does. And I think we've got to the point in our country where we only hear one side so often. And if you raise a point or if you disagree with the prevailing opinion, somehow you're attacked and labeled as racist.
Marks went a step further, saying he thinks the officers are being treated unfairly.
The officers in question, I think, handled it the way they probably should have. They stayed calm. They weren't beating this person. They were restraining him, apparently, probably because he'd been very resistant. They'd already called an ambulance, so they knew he was in medical distress, so they were trying to get him aid for that. But we don't know enough about this situation. That's my whole point. Don't rush to judgment.
I reached out to the Forest County NAACP chapter and spoke with their president, Clarence McGee. McGee pushed back on Marks's comments, disagreeing with what he had to say.
I thought that it was distasteful and quite inappropriate. To me, it sends the wrong message. We should be about justice and equality, regardless of gender, race.
Since the video went viral on Monday, the 4 Minneapolis police officers involved have been fired. In Forest County, Jesse Finver, 12 News.